I think what is happening from the literature that I've seen is that they're spread by birds typically. In a year or so, you look out into your yard and think, wow, where did all those trees come from? Well, Bradford pear is a tree that's common in home landscapes. Back several decades ago, they made these pear trees that were supposed to be sterile. So people were buying these things and lining their streets with them. And then, of course, they escaped the lawns and started to appear along roadways and then in parks and such. The real problem is now pear that are already out in the environment, and they're now spreading throughout the environment in a pretty wild fashion. So this might be a good image of the thorns here. As the natural environment changes, then all the downstream effects of that change too. Native bird species, for example, require native worms and such that grow on the trees. When you look at these leaves, you don't see bug damage. It's because bugs don't like them. And people are seeing fairly dramatic declines in the bird populations because of the loss of habitat. It's really a cascade of problems having a large number of invasive species in an area. I do a lot of work with invasive species control, like actual physical work. And I'm older and I can see the changes that have occurred over the last few decades in my lifetime. Now, if we're seeing changes on that speed on something that's so large, we have no idea what that's going to do to the environment long term. This area was planted with trees, and what's happened in the interim is that the callery pear came in, just took over. If we let the pear go as it is for another, say, 10 years, then you're going to see any unmowed area in Hamilton County full of Bradford pear. You're talking about cutting down not tens or hundreds, but tens of thousands of trees. And the best thing to do for any kind of exponential growth is to stop it when it's manageable. This might be maybe 2 years old, 3 years old. This past year, with a small team, we've taken care of 20 acres of a plot. But our small contribution is so paltry compared to the need. I would like to use that work as an example so that others can take on the same kind of passion so that they can help address the problem here in Hamilton County.